It's February 18th, everybody, and we're back in Farlands or Bust. We left off having experimented with the spawn chunk resurgence? No, that's not right. Reappearance? Yeah, that'll work better. On the 13th with 73,678.36 megabytes on the world save size. What are we going to see today? If you've got your woofs ready, then I'm ready to find out. Check out that transition. You ready? Woof! Wolfie's ready? He's got a flower for us, too. Let's secure the whole of hidey. Get rid of some junk. Grab that dog. Where's my compass? And continue west. Towards the far lands here. Minecraft Beta 173. Woof, indeed. Woof, indeed. I finally got around to some long overdue responsibilities. Change the oil on the Subaru. And did all the brakes. Brake pads and rotors. All the way around on the Subaru. Well, that was fun. that was where I've been the last couple days instead of streaming. In the garage. You know, stop licking. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. No. No. This bean. This bean. Ain't no slog like the garage slog. It's true. I did recently do the brake pads. Oh, I'm down half a heart. When did that happen? I guess I should eat this bread. That's probably why I got this bread. Gotta make that bread. I did do the brake pads. I don't know when that was. A couple years ago? But I was young and innocent then, and I just swapped out the brake pads and didn't do the rotors or get the rotors resurfaced or anything like that. So I don't think that they quite lined up ever, and they were always kind of squeaky, and the girlfriend didn't like that. Despite the fact that I think they were working fine, they were just squeaky. But then in redoing the brakes again this time, everything went together much smoother than I remember when I did the brake pads. I feel like the brake pads I got before might not have been great, or like the right fit. I remember them being a real pain in the ass with all the shims and things, clips and whatever holding them in place. Well, that might have also been part of the problem. He's still licking, of course. So yes, I mean, that was a bit of a relief. It was well overdue for an oil change, too. Careful, Wolfie! Hello? Spooky noises. Stop it. Of course, in doing that, I had to take the Datsun out, and the Datsun's battery was dead, so I had to jump it. And then the Datsun was parked outside overnight in the rain. And then when I had to move it again, the battery was dead, so I had to jump it with the Volvo. And then I drove it around, just around the block to try to charge the battery. And also I had not driven it since I finished doing the suspension again. And it drives fine, but there's a loud, significant knocking noise. Which annoys me. The noise annoys me. Coming out of the rear suspension. That I noticed the last time I drove it. It was fine for a while, and then it started happening. And now it's just all the time, anytime I hit a bump. So I feel like I have to lift it up and take everything apart again to see what that knocking noise is. You should get a rally car. Do they knock and rattle all the time? True. It's just very frustrating. This is like, I mean, it's a very small car, and there's like no sound deadening, so it sounds very bad. Also, like the shock towers are like right behind your head. You're practically sitting over the rear wheels. But I'm trying to, when I had it up on the lift, I couldn't figure out where. I thought maybe it was like the sway bar, because that I replaced, but everything was tight there. I hope it's not a cracked strut. I just replaced the struts. One of the internet searches came up is that it could be. Remember when I was doing garage streaming, and that gland nut, that big stupid nut that goes on the top of the shock, that the girlfriend had to go buy a special giant pipe wrench for, so I could actually like get at it. Yeah. It's possible that the new one isn't holding the shock cartridge firm. Like it's like there's space in the shock cartridge within the shock tower. So like every time it bumps, you're actually like knocking the top or the bottom, because it's supposed to be like snug. So that that's annoying. Yeah, the rear, I mean, I've taken apart the front like 3 times now, so I'm good at it, but the rear is a real pain in the ass, because I gotta take apart the drive shafts and all that garbage to get it out. It could be a bushing, or it could be the diff mount bushing. A lot of people are saying goes bad. It's kind of weird why all of a sudden it would go bad after I did the suspension. Don't fix it until it's clear what's broken. Well, I mean, it's very, I don't like the noise. It's a very loud and it sounds bad noise. I'm not gonna drive the car with that noise, is the problem. This is very curt. It's very loud. And very, like every bump. And even on, like, if I go over a bump with the left side wheels, I hear it, which is why I thought it was like the sway bar. I need to get you and do it. Right, but you don't really drive do it on roads. Like on city streets. Neighborhood roads. Sure, I don't. You know, please stop. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm like, I should just sell the thing and regain my sanity. This sure looks like a spawner to me. Don't fall down there, Wolfie. That would be bad. I can do it like this. That'd be funny if, like, the skeleton spawned and then, like, floated up. It's the jitters. Oh, okay, I'm in the hole. Not really what I wanted, but... they're down there somewhere. Huh. Alright, well, it's obviously a skeleton spawner. What do we got? We got wheat. Whoa! Okay. Got him. Did it die? Huh. Is it just one chest? Nope, it's two chests. Oh, can we blow it up? I think we can. Oh my God. Heck yeah, we can. Been a long time since we've been able to blow up a spawner. Oh, like, excuse? Alright, let's get our escape route. Alright. Gotta go. Whoa. Whee! Take that. Oh, look at all the stuff is flowing. I made a what are those called? Like a thing. Ooh, there's the terrain jitter for you. Good lord. Mob farm, thank you. A farm is what I was looking for. Farm. Farm was the answer. Alright. I've not seen any animals so far. Have you? We need pigs. Post-spawn chunk glut. Yeah, that's it. They're all... Juno. Stop. No. Oh, bonk your head. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Datsun. So that's annoying. That's very annoying indeed. What else is up and new? Juno, please stop. Just please. No. Stop. Stop. Very unprofessional of you to be doing this while I'm trying to work. This is no way to broadcast video games. Back at it. The girlfriend and I, we found some kind of personality placement quiz sort of thing. That's some, I don't even know where it's from. It's a bunch of Venn diagrams. That tell you, like, what's important to you and what sort of job you should do. It was a very long process, but we went through all the questions. And take a guess. What job or career path my result was that I should do. You will not be able to guess. Was it art? Lumberjack Dynasty. I mean, close. HVAC tech. A snow runner. Ooh, look at this hole. Whoa, look at that hole. Ah, Wolfie. Just pushed me down. It was... a rail road track layer. Slash engineer slash inspector slash something. It was very specific and out of left field. Was this test from the 1800s? I don't know. That does not seem like you at all. Well, it was like a really weird... You're a railway engineer. How's the job market? What was the assessment called? So we can take it? That's what the girlfriend said. We should do this on stream. I tell you what, it's going to take like an hour. It's a long thing. I don't remember what it was called. There were like there were 4 circles, 4 Venn diagrams. One of them is like things you're good at, what you love, what the world needs, and like the 4th one I don't remember. And then, like, all the places where all these circles overlap is, like, your personality. And then, like, in the center with the combination of all of those things. It's, like, your ideal career. And, like, one of them, like, your lifestyle was, like, artistic and creative. And, like, that sort of thing. Which I answered a lot of questions about. You know, like preferring like, yeah, I could do video editing, or yeah, I could work in a TV studio. But they went with railroad track layer engineer. And yes, it's there's no science to any of this. Obviously, it's like those INTFJ sort of questionnaires. It was also kind of scammy because me and the girlfriend went to the same website and we clicked like start the survey, and then it took us to like a separate site to do something completely different that was not even at the same website. I'm pretty sure that they like pay for the like redirects to a different website, and then we go back to the regular website and you click the same button, and then you actually get like the survey you were looking for. I don't know, I'll have to like see if there's like a different one or website or something. I think the idea behind it might be a little bit sound, like actually constructing your own without the help of a scammy web survey. Because it's supposed to make you think about like, what are your passions? What do you value? What are you good at? What do you think is needed in the world? And then, like, try to find the overlaps yourself. I think the girlfriend got, like, medical something or other. Surgeon or something of that nature. Which she's always said if he could have started over, she would have wanted to get into something medical related. She feels it's a bit late for that.
Now, Monkey, what did you bring that ape in here for? Get him out of here.
No, he's my pal.
If I started over, I would have walked east.
East! It's our pal Cone Dodger, everybody. 110 months in the subtub. Subtub. If I walked east, the spawn chunks would have been a different size. Well, now you're just not making any sense anymore. I don't. This is Magic the Gathering. This is magic and mysticism with these spawn chunk theories of yours. Yeah, the ghost chunks, I like how unpredictable the ghost chunks are. And how we really still don't know why they happen. There's no... I don't even know... I've not consulted the Council of Farlanders to know if it's even something that other people have experienced. All I've heard about is the spawn chunk one. How is Sweden? Sweden? Sweden's fine. It attracts a lot of rodent skeletons and miscellanea. A big, long wagon roof is apparently a dinner plate for some sort of owl or hawk creature. And only if I leave it uncovered, of course. If I don't put the car cover on it, is when they decide to have a feast. They like the silver color. Mmm.
Mulder, you've been spreading rumors?
Why? You hear any good ones lately?
Heard any good rumors lately? JCav, thank you for 49 months in the subtub. Speaking of car noises, yeah, the Volvo is still kind of making that rattling noise at low speeds and low throttle. And looking even further into it, I didn't even think of it, but it could be the turbo? Like the blow-off valve? Or whatever the heck it's called. Which makes sense. If it only happens at low speed. When I'm, like, barely applying any throttle to, like, stay at 30 miles an hour. Ticking noises. Like a bomb? Here's is making ticking noises. I mean, that's what Powers was just in here to tell me, to ignore the noises. Particularly the loud, metallic jarring, clunking noises that the Datsun is making out of the newly installed suspension that I finished. Fine. I'm sure the metal will deform. Or break. Sports suspension is noisy. That's the thing, it wasn't making the noise. It wasn't making the noise the first time I drove it. And then like halfway into the drive it started to. It's not a normal noise, is what I'm saying. You only die once. Try retorquing the strut nuts. I did, I mean, I thought I did that, but I can do that again. Yeah, I'm just like, whatever little things I can do to avoid having to take the whole thing apart again. Of course, not torquing them too much, because that's what broke the strut mount the first time. In the fronts. It's just one of those things. I thought I was done. I'm like, this is the last thing I'm going to do to this car. Except maybe take it somewhere to have a new exhaust put on it. And then I'm done. Tapped out. But no. What was wrong with the Saab? I thought you had the Saab up on your stream the other day. But I missed the stream. Radiator cracked. That I know all about too. Both with an SVX and the Datsun. The JB Weld, yeah, that doesn't work. That's gonna last you about 12 miles. Ah, you got a pressure tester. I will say the Volvo is using / losing some coolant. It's going somewhere, and I hope it's somewhere good. The little reservoir gets low, and then I get the little warning light. Coolant low, even though there's like some in the reservoir. I just add some more, and it's fine, and it's happy. There's nothing in the oil. And there's no blue or anything smoke coming out of the tailpipe, so I hope it's enjoying its journey wherever it ends up. Oops. Speaking of noises, I have dealt with the high-pitched whine coming out of the center speaker constantly on the Volvo. Sometimes it goes, and that's really cool. It feels like you're driving a spaceship. I just don't know how to get to it to like just unplug that one speaker. Sample it? Well, that's the problem. I think it's too high-pitched for even, like, a microphone to pick up. Cars are fun. I'm glad I did this to you. Why I oughta. I mean, the only car not giving us problems was the Hearse. Probably because we're not driving it much, but... Although the girlfriend still, she wants to find somewhere to install a lift kit on it, because she's crazy. She's got a vision. She sees those lifted Miatas. And is like, if they can do it, why can't we do it to the Hearse? Like, I'm sure we can. However... Lift the Hearse to the heavens. You will fly to help. I can't even imagine what would be involved. what sort of fabrication would be needed, or if it'd even be able to drive itself. It's not a very powerful car. Jank custom suspensions. Our power is specialty. Ooh, look at all these mushrooms. A lot of mushrooms. Who's flying out in April? Me? To you? I was looking at it. I put maybe? Did I even answer any of those? I just joined the Discord to see what was up. I don't know. I've been to a lot of NASCAR races in my day. I don't know if right now is the time I want to. NASCAR meetup. Ay, careful, Wolfie. We're all, oh geez. Where's your tail at? Not great. Yeah, I don't think there've been a damn single animal. Damn it. This entire, time. Ooh. Snoring noises. Actually, I'm gonna look. She might have sent it to me. What that thing is. Nope, she did not. Nothing. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it. The career path thingy is what I'm thinking about. I feel like it said it was like Japanese, but then again, they might have just said that to make it seem like it has some sort of credibility. I just remember it being a big Venn diagram with 4 circles overlapping. Maybe the Japanese need railroad track layers, and that's why they suggested it to me. They do have a robust public transportation system. Spooky noises. Oh, spawner number 2. Nope, Wolfie this way. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Spoiter. Ooh, iron. Wheat. Spiders. You know, the whole get-up. Not enough to blow it up, though. Up. Okay, bye! Now that's how all spawners should be. Right there on the surface. Not have to dig through a lot of sand to get to the chests. Just really customer friendly. Oh, jeez. Scary every time it happens. So what's new? Chat has fallen silent on the discovery of a second spawner on the day. Nobody's paying attention, apparently. Not even me, but especially everybody who's watching. I mean, Cone called it. That I should have gone east. I was just going east. I was literally just going east for a good, I don't know how long, honestly. And nobody stopped me or even mentioned it. It's very funny that I ended up finding one of my previous boats. Ah, come on now. I don't even know how I did that. Spooky noises. I can't even fathom how that happened. Did I, like, get on land, turn around, and go back out again or something like that? Yeah, I remember this wall here with the little, like, Morse code on it. Okay, there's the spawner. I guess it was the spawner. I got in the spawner and then left eastward. I was so excited about the spawner and proclaiming this is how all spawners should be that I got turned up around. And nobody noticed. Right. I mean, we would have known when, like, we were walking and, like, the sky started to get dark because the sun was setting behind us and we didn't realize. That's when we would have noticed. Oh my god, did I actually come out this far? It was not the spawner. Did I just... What the hell's going on? It's even further than the spawner. This is when I was breaking all those cactuses. When did I get turned around? Have I been doing... Maybe that's why there's no animals. Go, you dingus! We don't got any pigs. Did I, like, cut down a tree and get turned around or something? To the VOD! Oh my god. Wait. Hold on a minute. How long have I been going backwards? Good lord. So wait, I missed that spawner the first time coming this way? And then I found it going back? Well, I guess I can sleep here again, huh? I just want to make sure I didn't... If there's a boat here, I'm gonna freak out. I guess it was the spawner. Or the spawner. The hidey hole. Yeah, you guys are supposed to stay on top of this stuff. For me. For us! For the journey! Well, this will be interesting in the overviewer map, if I ever get around to making that again. Gonna be these two elevated hidey holes right close to each other. Everybody just going about their chores. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm negative. I did feel like it was weird. The negative and positives were like rising and lowering backwards. But I didn't think of anything of it. I'm like, I guess that's just the way they've always been. Left is negative and right is positive, right? Even though that is not the case. Bunch of wise guys, eh? Well, that one's right on the 0 marker anyway.
Thanks for letting me sit in.
Ain't nothing to it.
Righty tighty lefty negatee.
I did not expect that. I thought you said Lucy. Hardware demo just updated on Steam. I'm pretty sure we've seen all there is to see with hardware store demo, simulator demo, and the game, the full game as well. You know what did? I guess Ranch Sim came out with like DLC, to which I don't remember that game ever being like made beyond what little crapulence we experienced. I mean, I'll give them credit where credit is due. It's where we got Dad Jesus from. But the game itself was not. And now they have like DLC of like a different map or something. I don't even remember what it is, like a desert map or whatever. Like paid DLC. No, Uncle Grandpa came from Jalopy. Jalopy is where Uncle Grandpa came from. Because we weren't sure if that character was our uncle or our grandpa, so he was Uncle Grandpa. Oh, I'm stuck on Wolfie. I'm honest, I'm genuinely surprised I even remembered that. Hello. What's the smile? Oh, she's got stories, everybody.
It's very short.
A short story.
It's very short. Hello? This thing on?
I think it is on. Yes, they can hear you.
Oh man. Have you told them about the artistry that's happening across the alleyway?
No.
Well, we got some neighbors.
We got some neighbors.
You ever have neighbors? And they're the same neighbors that, you know, are usually working on the railroad at about 9:30 p.m.
I should go work for them.
Oh my God. Well, I'll go ask them. I just had a nice little chit chat with them. And, you know, sometimes what else are they doing? They're working on the railroad.
Not the power wash. They love the power washer.
Man, I
they
can't
power
argue
wash
that.
their dishes every night.
Let me tell you, honestly, I was very annoyed with the power washer. I was very bored doing that. Anyways, so, you know, but you can't be power washing, but you can paint in the rain and the dark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a person, I love to paint. You know, I don't ask Kurt to do no painting. Why? Because that's my joy, my life. I don't do the dishes, he doesn't paint. We got a system here.
Mm-hmm. Equilibrium.
It is very equilibrium. And you know, I've painted in some questionable times. I've painted when it's a little too cold to be painting, etc. But he was painting in the rain, in the dark, about 9:30 p.m. I would say he ended, started and ended, you know, pretty quick. And Kirk here comes in and says, "You're not gonna believe what color he's painting out there." And I took a wild guess, and I was a little off, and I looked at it. Oh, say it.
He's fine. Careful, Wolfie.
So I was like, oh, what's he painting? Oh, it looks like midnight, was it midnight blue or something? You're like, close, but not it. And a little history on this old house that we live in. The trim was all painter's tape blue.
Not actual painter's tape, but like the paint color they chose on the exterior window trim and trim was painter's tape blue.
Yeah, as in they probably did tape something off in there in one time and we're like, golly, sure do love the way that pops. It's ugly. It's one of the worst colors you could paint anything. And Kurt says, no, that's definitely your favorite, painter's tape blue. And I was like, I don't know. Then I saw it the next morning. It was painter's tape blue. And not even that. Not even done in a way, for anybody who has kids whose kids draw on the wall. It was about that level. I mean, to me, he may as well have been using a sock and painting the side of his entire garage with a sock. And I think that's what he's using. So we had a good chuckle. And by the way, they've been building and pouring gravel out there for whatever. Getting their cars stuck in the new gravel that they poured because they didn't think about engineering at all on that. But hey, who
does?
Who's taking classes in road building? Me, but still, I'm not out there to help.
We do have a chunk here. Sorry to distract.
Chunkin'?
We got a random chunk. This is what I tried to explain what it is. Yeah, this doesn't belong here. The game, for whatever reason, is loading this from somewhere miles away and bringing it here.
Huh.
And
is that the biggest chunk?
No. This is a pretty big chunk, though. Is this the normal size?
Can you hit it?
Yeah, it exists here, but when I log out and log back in, it'll disappear.
Oh, we don't want that.
We've already done that multiple times. And it is close to one we saw in the last stream as well.
Is this the one that you're trying to stay on the 0?
Well, this is where they seem to all take place. So that's it. That is why we're staying on the 0. Oh. God, I can't see what I'm doing here. Oh. I probably should have put the ladders on the other side. No! Aha! That'll teach you.
That's pretty cool.
All in all, this one's a pretty boring one. There's no, like, trees or nothing on top. Ah. Just a chunk of land. We do have to, for science. Yeah. Where was the story going?
Listen, let me tell my story. Okay, I'm back in the game.
This is why it's hard to do this.
I'm back, baby. So not only little before the painting ensued, there was some building, and I'm like, speculating, like, maybe they're putting a door in. That makes sense. I'd put a door in the garage so you could drive straight through. You almost died, everybody. So I'm like, yeah, maybe that's what he's doing. No, it just looked like he was nailing random pieces of wood. Like if you were Bonnie and Clyde holding up against the local policemen's, we're having a shootout, and you just start putting boards or like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
The zombies, to keep the zombies from breaking in.
The zombies are here. He's blocking in, okay? Except he's stupid. He's doing it from the outside. So today I come home and do my wifely duties of taking the trash out, and because again, you do the dish.
I left my workbench downstairs. Sorry.
Well, speaking of workbenches and shops, Well, I taking the trash out, and I'm like, the guy's out there painting, still with his sock or whatever, and I'm staring at him, and he waved, friendly, very friendly, and I was like, hey, I was like, what? I was like, that's a blue. I was like, that's blue, and he's like, yeah, he's like, well, he's like, I would have liked it to match my house, which is like a nice, it's a nice green, like a moss green. It's like, I would have liked it to match my house, except I didn't have any, and this is what I had. And I laughed. I was like, wow, it's really funny you say that. I'm like, I just, I painted a room in my basement that almost the same color as your house, because that's all that I had. I should have traded with you. I just made a little joke. I was like, well, what are you doing over there? I'm like, you putting in a door? He's like, no, it's just completely rotting out, and I'm just trying to hold the roof up. And I'm like, that's one way to do it. And I just said, yeah, it's not your fault. You got all these leaves from the pine tree above it. He's like, I know, right? I was like, I totally get you. You see my problem. He's like, I get it. And I was like, well, happy painting. And I walked away. And it was the nicest interaction I've ever had with him. Not that he's not mean.
Yeah.
They're nice people. They're a little, I think he'd been hitting the vape quite a bit, but because he was very friendly, but just trying to hold the roof up, and it's rotting away, and that's their shop, so his workbench is in there, and I'm just like, well, that's the thing you guys are doing.
That's the thing they're doing.
I was like, it'll look nice when it's done. That's what I'll say. Like, there you have it. Because we've been all looking out the windows at these people, like wondering, speculating. And I've just been waiting to catch him, and the wife friend's in the house. But the guy, he was ready to chit-chat. He wanted to be my bestie today. So there you go. I got the full scoop.
The full scoop on the deal.
Yeah. But I didn't want to break it to him. I was like, you can put all the gravel you want. It's not going to keep your car from sliding. Structural. He needs riprap.
Structural. What do we call this ghost chunk?
It should be something construction themed. Just holding the game up. Just holding the roof up.
Heap. Bob.
I don't know about that. The monolith.
I mean, they all look monolithy.
2001 Space Odyssey.
Heap of East. Oh, I mean, the rail track layers. Oh. Union headquarters.
Headquarters.
What's the date? And then it disappears, as it always does. Crazy sign.
So wait, if you sleep on top of it and it disappears, do you just fall on the ground?
Apparently we did try that, and yes, we tried one that just popped out in the ocean, and then I just like fell into the water.
Yeah, you don't want to risk that.
No, not here. I don't want to. So I am going to continue on after this. I mean, I guess I could have made.
What if you sleep? Can you not sleep in a boat?
Like the hidey hole, because it is supposed to be the end of the stream, but we had stories happening and ghost chunks showing up, or not the end of the stream, the end of the segment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take it all back.
Yeah, I guess I could have made like the end of the hidey hole, and then it just would have been gone when I reload back in.
Do that.
That is kind of funny. Kind of dangerous. My initial worry is that when the chunk disappears, that it'll bring me to where it's supposed to be, millions of blocks away, but apparently that's not how that works. True, I don't know, like, we don't know what is supposed to be here. It could be a pool of lava. When this chunk gets disappeared and sent somewhere else, and then I get the real land, that would be kind of risky. I wonder if I, like, replaced the floor of the hidey hole. Everything, yeah, you're right. Everything in the chunk goes. Like, this block is going to go. Yeah, everything I place here is going to go. Everything goes!
Even you?
Well, no, that's what I was worried about, but no, just not me. Because the player is kept with the coordinate that they're at. I do need to... What is this? The southwest corner? For record keeping. Needs a block in range of the bed. That's too well centered. I guess does the bed go too? But the bed isn't my spawn point. The spawn point is my spawn. This is too difficult to wrap my head around. The bed goes, but my spawn point will be reset based on the coordinates. Hard to climb down the ladder. You can't see. I mean, the other problem is it doesn't seem like there's going to be, but if there's like a mountain here, I'll spawn inside the mountain and be crushed to death.
Has there been there when you...
No, the only one we really did that test with was the one that was in the middle of the ocean that we were pretty sure that I just fell into the water then. Oh, okay.
I hope you like my story.
Did you like her story?
Never come back again.
So, I mean, that's why it's difficult to tell stories
I didn't have any problem.
in this format, because it's all of a sudden, oh, this thing, I gotta look at this thing on the screen now.
I was unbothered.
Unbothered, moisturized.
All they did needed.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well, I mean, there's still half a day left, too, so it's not like... Look at that. Did you lower the volume on this thing? Oh, thank you. See, I guess the real, like, if that sort of thing is here, that would be bad. That's the that's the other problem, is we can't, like, I can't make a save. Because in order to make a save, like a backup save of this, I have to log out. And in logging out, the chunk disappears. So it's very difficult to do science with these without risking everything. I mean, I have the backup prior to today. Are you talking about testing whether or not that bed acts as my spawn point? I mean, I think, like you said, I think well, you know, you've already looked at the level file. Your spawn point is a set of coordinates, not necessarily the location of a bed. So if the bed and all the land disappears, I'll be loading in at these coordinates, you know, at like Y100. Oh, but if there's no block in range, it won't work? Oh, well, then I'll be sent back to spawn. So it has to be a block, a solid block. Interesting. I guess you're right, yeah, because when you get out of a bed, we've already determined that it chooses a pattern around the bed and sometimes puts you in a wall. Bed obstructed. Yeah. I mean, I'm curious. I would be curious to see what would happen if we did make an interior hidey hole here. We just have to make sure not to die. You know what I mean? After we use it. Because then our spawn will be gone. Although, if I remember where it is, I should be able to place blocks at that level. You know what I mean? Which then will act as a spawn. You know, like if I... Everything goes, but not this block. This block isn't going to go. So this is the level. And I do my normal hidey hole thing. What are the chances you'll die? There we go, your standard, bog standard hidey hole. That way, I know that when this chunk disappears, I'll just need to create a floor that comes in one and then has the 3x3 grid around here. Wolfie, no, you boob. You boob! Just make sure Wolfie doesn't go in there. Alright, well, we've talked and stalled enough that now the sun is setting, so I guess that's what we're gonna do. You see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing. I mean, that torch is gonna stay there, so that's gonna be funny. Let me, I mean, at the risk of dying. Let's get rid of this bed. Ah, it's madness. Madness, I say. This is this is some high what's the word I'm looking for? Risk ladder climbing.
No bed.
No bed. Well, before the sun actually sets, let me do my normal up. Beep 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 beep. Up. My normal who's it who's it? Thank you for the Thundo bits, .gratis. I need to get a picture of this because it's gonna disappear. It's not gonna disappear.
Thanks for letting me sit in.
Ain't nothing to it.
Women be leaving rodent bones and fur strewn about roofs.
It's true. Use a door, will it stay? I don't think so. I mean, I guess. I don't have enough wood. I don't think it'll stay because the door is on this block. But that's interesting. That's an interesting approach. I don't think you can make it happen on the other side. Now I want to get a picture of this really quick. It's not often we have a door. Put it on the other block so it opens out. I don't think you can do that in this version. I don't think you can break doors in this version. Son of a monkey! Yeah, no, that does not work. Incorrect. False. Uh. From here? Oh, I guess I can. Okay, maybe it will stay. Alright. Listen, you think I play Minecraft? I don't know how this game works. Alright. We figured it out. Let's go to sleep. And hopefully we won't lose the last hour's worth of walking. And awakeness. Alright, as expected, we're in the room. Should I stay in the room? Or should I leave the room? Stay in the room? Yeah, I have full health. Actually, let me, like somebody said, put a very worn out pick in my hand just in case I am. I don't think I'm going to fall that far, if anything. Alright, when I save and quit to title, that's the end of it. Like, there's no coming back. This chunk will never be in our lives ever again. Who needs it? He's done it. Take frequent breaks. That's what I'm about to do. This, oh man, if that was the 7 or a 3, maybe does that have something to do with it? No, that doesn't have anything to do with it. 73,732.33 megabytes. All right. I'm going to back up the world, but in a new backup. Not over the last backup. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to close the game. But for now, we're back in Farlands or Bust. Not linear indeed. There's definitely some non-linearity going on with chunks showing up where they shan't be. Shan't! If our spawn is broken, I'm gonna shant my pants. But we left off moments ago. At 73,732.33 megabytes in a hidey hole that we built inside of a transient ghost chunk. We logged out, backed up the world, and then came back. So in theory, and based on our scientific understanding, that chunk should have disappeared, and I will load into the game floating in air and fall down. Hopefully not a great distance, but hopefully down and not into a hidden pool of lava, or not into a mountain that we didn't know was there. But we're about to find out. Who's ready? I would say get your woofs ready, but I feel like the action is going to happen before before Wolfie gets a chance to woof. All right. Place your bets. Am I about to die? All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh. I mean, that could have been lava, but it's water. That was only 2 blocks. Okie dokie. All right. Cool. How anticlimactic. Woof indeed, Wolfie. Woof indeed. Yeah, I dropped 2 blocks. I didn't even take any damage. Ah, classic. All right. So this is what was supposed to be here. And that is where the chunk was. And there's that sign, and everything here has been transported, including my bed. Oh. Uh-oh. What is this? Oh, it's the ladder. I'm like, why can't I walk through this block right here? It's the ladder. The one spot I decide to walk through. Cool. I think, and the cows, there's animals. Animals are back. Maybe that's, it's like the oarfish. When an oarfish washes ashore, it means there's a tsunami coming. That's not really what it means, but we can say that. When there aren't animals in the world, you know that we're approaching a transient chunk. Also probably not true. Hold on, I need to get further away. Screenshot. Go up the ladder. I'm good. I'm good on that. All right, but we did say that we do need to make our hidey hole. The way they be made. All right. Oh! What did I just do? What just happened? Oh, I updated the block by opening the door. And then the torch popped off. That's kind of unfortunate. That kind of, that's the, like, hidey hole look. But that's fine. That's weird that the block updated because the bed is on this block, not this block. Doesn't matter. Or the bed, the door. Subsponge is saying that I should place a bed. Because even if there's land here, the game might also check to see if there's a bed there. But I don't know if that's true or not. Hi. Excuse, sir. Imagine you broke your bed. But it's not the same bed. I don't know how programming games works. Oh. Now here's a screenshot that will make no sense. Alright, we did a science. I mean, we don't know what happens if I die. And we may never know. I mean, we'll... in the next 8 minutes we'll know, but... Pigs! Let's go get those pigs, Wolfie. We need their sweet, sweet meat. And by pigs, I mean a single pig. Oh, he's a good one. Wolfie. Alright. Ah, more pigs! Get him, Wolfie. I fell down. This is how I'm going to take damage, not from the invisible hidey hole. From... Does this pig exist? Hello? Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, Wolfie. It's fine. It's fine. He's good. That's weird, wild stuff. Does the block offset alter the way your brain feels? Spooky noises. I don't quite know if I know how my brain feels. Do the animals have an offset too? Well, no, the animals are entities of entities, eidolons. So they move with like the floating blocks and Wolfie. They move relative to me and not relative to the world. All these pigs are dry! Alright, anyway, we gotta continue on. We got all our screenshots of the weird ghost chunk. If you stare at a spiral long enough, the world looks spirally. No.
Palette Hands gifted a Tier 1 sub to Snappy Comebacks. They have given 637 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you for the gift sub. I mean, certainly not as that I notice. Perhaps it's doing some sort of untold damage to my brain functions behind the scenes. Careful, Wolfie. That was some interesting stuff. There are two sets of spawn. One inside the player and an outer one that has the world spawn point. You mean like my original spawn point? Yes. So what you're saying is I could go in there and edit that to be at 12,550,820 blocks, and then die and teleport myself to the farlands upon death. Now that would have been a pretty good joke for that first death. A real knee slapper. We must do it legitimately. No teleports, no cheats, no mods. No boats. And we survived, everybody. We've survived to set a spawn at this bed, never knowing if that ghost chunk spawn would have worked or not. The science dies with me. But that, I don't think that makes any sense. Good job, everyone. Yeah, we got some neighbors. if I could go back to the girlfriend story that was interrupted by that spawn chunk. And yes, these are the same neighbors who built a wooden fence. Very haphazardly. And then in order to make the top look even, they took what the hell's that called? You know, a saw, a spinny saw, a round spinny saw. What are those called? Rotary? No, not a rotary saw. Is it a table saw? Circular saw. I knew it was something to do with the shape. Circular. They just took a circular saw across the top to make the top, because like all the boards were all uneven. So they just took it. We watched them take a circular saw. Again, us like looking out of our windows at what they're doing. A spherical saw. And looking up close to it, a circular straw? A circular saw, certainly without a guide, is not something that's going to make a perfectly straight cut. But yeah, and like a couple nights ago... Hello? It's like a hidey hole. They, like, again, middle of the night, which, okay, I understand, you have day jobs. Maybe you can't do your work, but at like 10 p.m. at night... Oh, this must be like a lake? That just happened to spawn into the ocean here. Thus deleting the trunk. Although, why is this trunk gone? I don't know. Yet another mystery of Minecraft. I'll put it out of its misery. Yeah, it was like 10 p.m. They had like a pickup truck full of gravel that they were dumping out along the side of this garage in the alleyway. Very bizarre activities. And then that was the garage that they needed to reinforce, so they just built, as the girlfriend was describing, like another wall outside of the wall for support. And then painted it bright blue, like the blue of this ocean, with all of the delicacy and artistry of painting it with a wet sock. I think Cone's got a couple neighbors. I think Tomato Man is one that they hate, but I think there's another neighbor. Of course, Cone is the neighbor with all the cars and a ramp truck. And I'm the neighbor who's constantly shuffling around the cars in and out of the garage. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't he have a pickup truck? Now there's a Volvo there. That's us. At least Cone no longer has a truck carcass, but he's got a Nissan carcass. A 200SX carcass that's getting crushed by trees. We're also the house where that lady's up on the roof again. That lady being the girlfriend, cleaning the gutters and cleaning the moss off the roof on a semi-regular basis. Women do be on roofs and leaving bones and fur. Hey Ma, get off the dang roof. And we do also have bones. There's also bones. We got bones all over the yard. Women do be bringing home bones. In addition to the rodent bones being left atop the Volvo. Maybe they're used to the night shift? No, they go out during the day. Because they have a very loud car with a very large subwoofer. That's what I mean. I think they're gone during the day, so the only time they have to paint their garage walls and load and unload gravel is at 9-10 p.m. at night. I don't want to give away too much, but there's also, in the last 6 months or so, been one of those tarp, like portable temporary garages that went up, like a tent, from which I can see lights within, like fluorescent lighting. So they might have some sort of side business going on. No, they don't. Yeah, they don't use that for cars. They definitely don't use that for cars. Your guess is as good as mine, and it's really none of my business, as long as it stays in the mystery tent. Oh. There it is. There it goes. That is really strange about the color, though. It's the only color I had. Why do you have bright blue paint? I mean, I don't know. That was another thing the girlfriend was getting at. Is like, oh, the building's all rotted out from the inside. And she's like, oh yeah, because all those pine needles on the roof. They are not known as the climbing on the roof. So those pine needles have been building up for years and years and years. And they don't see they seem it's a better solution to rebuild the entire wall than it is try to clean off the roof and repair any leaks. They're just letting nature take its course. Who are they to stop water from going where it wants to go? Wolfie. You know, we did have that burst of animals at the beginning of this segment, but I haven't seen much since. Whoa. Considering our Wolfie treats. What is negative 38? Negative 36. Negative 33. Do I hear negative 30? Negative 30. Negative 30. Negative 30. Negative 30. That's the X coordinate. To keep us on, like, the center going perfectly west. Keep us from straying so far. Doesn't stop us from accidentally walking backwards, though. True. I mean, yeah, we were like 60,000 off at one point, which was fun and delightful. But then that means we would have been missing out on all of these chunk anomalies. Okay, not going that way. Oh. Just done saying how we're still kind of low. Food, Wolfie. Also use more wool. That's going to start to be an issue. If not remedied soon. Excuse me. That was my dinosaur impression. Oh, I should have asked the girlfriend what that goofy job suggester survey thing was called. When's the next F3? After the Flobathon, of course. When's that? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, we're approaching March. March is the anniversary. Excuse me. It does feel like the previous one. Just that's what I mean. It's like seems too soon. Does anybody even have any abilities to participate in a subathon right now? What the heck is it still doing here? Go on, get. You could be a thriving member of chat. Ah. Do I have boat hand? Do all the rewards from previous subathons, no new rewards. That's another thing. What if the subathon's like over in one day? Is this boat hand? Oh, it was boat hand. Yeah, I forgot what boat hand looks like. Tragic affliction. Oh, okay. That'll have to do. Oh! Wolfie, just sit. Oh, again! Seeds, these seeds! The Suba-Flubathon 14 euro Rama. If this goes long enough, we'll actually get to the Farlands extravaganza of doom. Patent pending. Oh. Okay. Alright. There we go. Yeah, no animals again. Something's fishy. We must be nearing another transient chunk. I'm trying to remember if there was one. I'm sure Subsponge will be able to figure it out, but like if there was a transient chunk so soon after the spawn chunk the previous time we ran into it. I know we've come across the transient chunks like pretty nearby each other, and then there'd be long stretches without as I lose my voice. We're observing some sort of a pattern here. A pattern. The glitches. Oi. Oi. Oof. I need to replace all my tools soon. Oh no. The answer is no. It was actually a great distance. Ah, but that was before we had the X tracker. Ah, I see. So we might have missed some on account of my wayward walking. Ooh, boy howdy. I knew he was going to go in there. But I didn't take any damage. What's for dinner? You had cheese and takis. What's a takis? Buffalo nuggets and potato-y salad. I am not going to click on a Wikipedia entry. Use your words. Hey there, Wolfie. Flavored rolled tortilla chips. Oh. I think the girlfriend gets those from Trader Joe's. And they're like, they got like flavor dust on them. That is an interesting supper, but you do you. Fuego is my jam. I know some of those words.
Thanks for letting me sit in.
Ain't nothing to it.
Word.
Word. I mean, is that the ones you're getting? The Trader Joe's ones? Trader Joseph? Yesterday I had nugs and fries. My mom sent us another Omaha Steaks package. So I think tonight we've got pork chops and loaded baked potatoes from that. Nobody else eating dinner, eh? Butternut squash. Whoa. Come on, get it. cold pizza. Ugh, excuse me. I'm being sucked. Don't get sucked, Wolfie. Pasta, pear, pecan, pomegranate seed salad. Look at this fancy cuisine. Ooh, excuse me. Should have gone to culinary school, where you'd be called a hummus fraud. Right, peanut butter and pasta? I don't know about that. I mean, pad thai is peanutty, buttery. And that's with a rice pasta. Ooh, excuse me again. Wolfie. Ah, spawned. Whew. The yawns are back. Iceberg. Whoa.
Thanks for letting me sit in.
Ain't nothing to it.
Iceberg, about 3 miles of the port side. No worries.
No worries. Need dirt. All right, final day of the segment. Last chance for another ghost chunk. Did we make an extra to offset that one left at the beginning? Well, I was hoping nobody would notice. Because, the last segment was an extra day long. Because we hung out at the ghost chunk to do science. So it all equals out in the end. Listen, we're not speaking of that whole day that I walked east accidentally either. A mere rounding error. Oh, get punched in the microphone.
That's what she says.
Adieu, monsieur.
Adieu? Adieu to you. Oh, that goes somewhere. Somewhere spooky, as the noises indicate. Okay, cool. Nope. The spawn house, I mean, it wasn't the spawn house. Is the spawn chunk upon which we built a tower that I said I would add a level to every time we come across it. The spawn house is a different house. And a very, very, very fine house. Whoa, watch your step. I guess that's a spawn cabin. But yes. Neither here nor there. Mere syntax at that point. I guess I should have done a better job explaining it in the moment. I feel like everybody here knew what it was. We were expecting it. But yes, it appears as though a lot of people on YouTube had no idea what was going on. It's all Subsponge's fault. I guess calling it a spawn chunk is a bit of a misnomer as well, and probably what leads to some confusion. I wouldn't know what else to call it. A 0-0 chunk? Even though that's also not exactly what it is, but... Zero chunk. Chunk zero. Like patient zero, but chunk zero. And it's also more than one chunk as well, so it's there we go. Quick, somebody copy and paste that for me in the YouTube comments. That'll make sense to everybody. Thanks for hanging out, not tonight. I kind of gathered that when you said adieu, monsieur. I particularly like the term centroid in that description. The spawn chunks encountered along the positive z-axis in Farlands Abust have thus far always expressed as a cluster of 3x3 chunks from negative 1682,240 through 3168,287, about 493 blocks, 196 by 453 on the XZ plane from the world spawn to the centroid of 8 by 264, west-northwest of world spawn. I'm glad I could clear it all up for everybody. We got chunks in our centroid. Oh, centroid. Now I get it. I think he's talking to you. This is as good a mound as any. Wolfie, get up here, thank you. You wonder if something similar can happen in the Nether. Possibly. I mean, the Nether is basically its own map. With its own farlands. I imagine all the same stuff happens. Although I also imagine, of so many things I've been imagining lately, that it's a little bit difficult to tell when the chunks repeat themselves, because everything looks pretty much the same. What do we need? I need a shovel. I'll be needing a pickaxe. Imminently. Imminent! And the rest is probably fine. How's my armor doing? I need a new chest soon. All right. Another interesting day of science here for Farlands or Busts. Let's go to sleep and back up the world. We just need 78787878, but instead we're at 73,798.78 megabytes. That's a mouthful. If our spawn is broken, I'm gonna shant my pants.